Hey guys, it is Carly bringing you day number 16 of my 31 Days of Horror. So for today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the movie May from 2002, starring Angela Bettis, directed by Lucky McKee, whatever. May here is basically about a girl who is a bit of a misfit. She is socially awkward and doesn't really have any friends. Her best friend is a doll that her mom gifted to her when she was younger because she has a lazy eye and she had to wear an eye patch and things like that to try to correct it a little bit when she was younger, which added to the problems of her not being able to make friends and getting picked on and things like that. So growing up, she had it kind of rough, and now she is just kind of an awkward, shy, just weird girl who has a job at a veterinarian clinic. I guess she's like an assistant vet or vet tech or something along those lines. So that's basically her life, and she finds beauty in parts of people. Like, she could see, like, you have beautiful eyes, but your personality sucks, and things like that. She finds just certain aspects of people to be beautiful, but has trouble finding, like, perfect holes and things like that. And in this movie, she becomes, like, kind of really into this attractive guy that she keeps seeing just around town. Like, he does laundry at the laundromat that she goes to and kind of just hangs out around the city where she works and things like that. So she's constantly seeing him and she really likes his hands, and basically she finally starts talking to him, and things kind of go on from there. So that's the story of May. It's basically like a character study of this girl, and I don't know, what can I say? Like, I saw this movie one other time last year, I believe. It was the first time I'd watched it. It's one I was always interested in because it seemed like something that would be right up my alley, and it was. I was afraid that on rewatch it might not have had the same effect that it did, and I was completely wrong. It still blew me away on rewatch, even though it's only been a year. I just think this movie has just, it's a movie where you're watching it and it is so awkward and cringy that I actually look away. It's like, it builds horror off of just social, awkwardness. If you're watching, a scary ghost movie and something jumps out at you, you, look away. That's what I do during this movie. Even though nothing scary is happening in it, you just feel uncomfortable watching this May character try to socialize with this guy she's into, and just people in general. Mainly the guy, though. It's just, you just feel really bad for her because this guy is obviously trying to give her a chance. He's very interested in her because she is weird. He's just interested in seeing what she's about and stuff like that, and she's just very shy and uncomfortable, and it's just, you just want so bad for everything to work out for her, kind of. And and then there's another side character played by Anna Faris, of course, known from Scary Movie and movies like The House Bunny, things like that. And she's just playing her typical dumbass type character. That's kind of what she is known for and what she kind of gets typecasted as. And she just has one of those voices and looks that you don't really see her acting in anything else besides being the dumb background character. So she does okay for who she is and things like that. She basically is playing a lesbian who's just she's kind of showing interest in May as well and things like that. And she's she's just very she's very flirtatious and things like that. She is her co-worker at the vet place. So yeah, she does a good job as well. There's not many characters in this movie. Those are basically the three main people you have to worry about, and I think they all do a solid job of what they're doing. And I just love how this film has just so many weird moments and things like that. Just the characters, the way they act, and then there's some parts. Oh, there's a part at a preschool or a daycare rather, where she goes to sign up to help out the blind kids, and the woman working there just is totally out of place. You're just why would this woman even have a job here and things like that. Just very quirky things throughout this movie like that I really always am entertained by. I'm like, this is kind of realistic, kind of like out there, but I really dig it. And then there's like just so many disturbing moments as well, like a part involving like the blind kids and the doll. It's just so creatively like disturbing and like gory and, well, bloody rather, and gross and things like that. Like, this movie doesn't feel like a horror movie all the way through up until the ending, and that's another thing I like about it. It's one that really just builds up. You're kind of just following this character around, and that's what I like about character pieces where, like, they don't necessarily have to be like blood and guts throughout the entire movie, but you still feel uncomfortable, and the ending just becomes way more effective when everything just kind of escalates and you see this person going to madness and stuff like that. And also, like, you still like feel bad for May towards the end, even though she does like some horrific things. Like, you just feel bad 'cause she really is just like a lonely, awkward girl who has problems. And honestly, like, I can almost kind of relate to this character, as sad as that is. Like, I had a lazy eye when I was younger, and I also wore eye patches, like, not as lame as her, like, pirate eye patch. They were, like, normal ones, and I didn't really get picked on for that or anything, but it's just, like, kind of cool to see that depicted in a movie. And just, like, you know, I'm, like, a shy person, was kind of awkward growing up, so I can kind of, like, just relate to this character, and at the same time it makes me feel a little better about myself, because it's like, hey, at least I'm not this weird, you know. So yeah, overall, can't say enough good things about this. I think it's an absolute masterpiece for its time and what it brought to the table and things like that. Very creative and out there. I think Lucky McGee does good work. I've only seen 2 other things he's done, which is his Master of Horror episode and The Woman, and I think those are both good too. The Woman, like, you know, I give it like a 7 or so. Like, I didn't love it, didn't hate it, but at the same time, I really enjoyed it for being weird and things like that. But anyways, as I go on rambling, I'm just going to go ahead and rate this one. I honestly give May a 10 out of 10. I really don't see any problems with it. I'm not ashamed of that 10 out of 10, and yeah, check out May if you have not. Definitely worth the watch, and it does have rewatch value. It, like, still is awkward and cringy the second time around. So yeah, check out May, 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for joining me for day 16, and I'll see you in day 17.